Hi, this is Abhinav Mukund and I'm going to be your super expert on the Chennai Super Kings channel. So let's talk about the India Sri Lanka series. It's going to be a fantastic opportunity for all the youngsters playing, many of them who we've all seen in the IPL. Some fantastic talents on board like Rituraj Gaikwad, Devdutt Padikkal, Prithvi Shaw, Ayal, and it's going to be led by a fairly new captain with a lot of A-team experience. He's led the Ranji Trophy for Delhi as well. Shikhar Dhawan, he's the experienced campaigner along with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Hardik Pandya. I think it'll be a fantastic experience for these guys to don the blues for the first time. Let's not forget our hometown boy Varun Chakravarti has also made the cut finally after the whole fitness test drama. So I think it should be a phenomenal series for all these youngsters. I'm really looking forward to see how they perform on the big stage, because IPL is a different ball game altogether. When you play for the country, there is a different pressure, and I'm very sure that some of them will definitely stand up. Rahul Dravid, as we all know, has been named as the coach of the Indian team, and he's been a mentor to all of these boys from the A-team setup, from the under-19s. Some of them have graduated to the senior team now. So I think it'll be a great mix, because Shikhar Dhawan and Rahul Dravid are kind of contrasting personalities. And to me, I think it should be a fun experience for Rahul Dravid as well, to be a coach of the national team, take all of these boys that he's groomed and take into the big stage. It should be a different challenge. It shows the humility of the man when he comes out and makes statements like, it's going to be a great learning experience for me. But the truth is, the reality is, all of these young players are going to take up the challenge of working with Rahul Dravid, talking about the pressures of international cricket and understanding much better how they can move forward. So I think it will be a great experience for both parties involved. But Rahul Dravid as a coach for this team is undoubtedly going to be a great thing. So we're still talking about the India Sri Lanka series, and the pressures of international cricket are definitely different than the IPL. The IPL is a domestic tournament at the end of the day. You have a lot of your friends, you interact with a few foreign players who seem to uplift your team, who seem to give you a lot of experience as a young player. But at the end of the day, when you're playing for your national team, there is a different pressure altogether. The whole country comes behind you. The pressure of playing with the Blues or with the Whites is a different ball game altogether. So you cannot compare the pressure of playing in an IPL. I'm not saying that's lesser, but I'm just saying wearing the Blues for India is a different pressure altogether. And all of these guys who are on this team will be thinking of their future with the Indian team, because at the end of the day, the seniors are in England, and these guys, if they perform, they can be a full member of this side, and I'm sure each one of them will be aiming for that. The pandemic has changed the way we look at the game. We all love the game so much that we're happy to be inside bubbles, to do quarantines, to take multiple RT-PCR tests. But at the end of the day, the new normal is such that there can only be one team playing in a certain country at a certain time. If not for the pandemic, I'm sure the senior guys would have finished that series and come back and played even the one-dayers and T20s in Sri Lanka. But the difference is, it gives an opportunity. It gives an opportunity for India to test their bench strength. About 30-40 players who did not think they would receive a call-up so early in their career have managed to get a call-up for this series. And I think it's fantastic, because the pressure of playing for the country, as I said before, is not going to be as easy as it sounds. So even if it's a Sri Lankan team which is probably weak, a team which has probably on the decline in the last year or so, it is still going to be a challenge playing them in their home conditions. The captain of this team, Shikhar Dhawan, has been under a little bit of pressure with regards to his international spot. He had a really good IPL. He did very well for his team, Delhi Capitals, but he lost his place as an opener in the T20 series just before the IPL versus England. So Shikhar Dhawan will be wanting to prove a point. He'll be wanting to take up the captaincy well, but at the same time, his batting form with the Indian team has kind of been a question mark in T20s especially. So I think it will be a very important series, considering the T20 World Cup is going to come later this year. Shikhar Dhawan will be looking to make the most of this series as a batsman primarily, and then showcase his skills as a captain. As we all know, there are three Chennai Super Kings players in the squad. Rituraj Gaikwad, who's had a phenomenal season so far in the IPL. He finished the last year's IPL with a bang, and he's been a consistent, proven performer in the domestic circuit. The only issue is that he has a lot of openers to probably be his competition. There's Prithvi Shaw, there's Devdutt Padikkal, there's obviously the captain Shikhar Dhawan. So there are a lot of guys. He might not get an opportunity at the top. He might be playing at number 3. You never know. I think there is an opportunity for everyone on this tour, like Rahul Dravid mentioned. But I think this is the best time for someone like Rituraj to get an international cap. K. Gautam, another player who's probably playing for the first time for India. He's also a guy who will be looking to perform well, because that is another spot he would be aiming for the T20 World Cup. He didn't get much of an opportunity in the IPL, but he has been consistent in domestic cricket as well. With regards to Deepak Chahar, I think he's been a phenomenal performer, especially for CSK in the past. In the IPL, he's been a consistent go-to man for MS Dhoni, and he's done really well with the new ball, and also he's developed a very good bouncer this year. So him coming back to international cricket, playing well there, would also make his confidence go boom. But there's also another guy, let's not forget, Tamil boy Sai Kishore, who's done phenomenally well for Tamil Nadu in Syed Mushtaq Ali in the last couple of years, and finally has ended up being a net bowler. Let's hope his luck also changes very soon. We also saw another net bowler in Natarajan becoming who Natarajan is, as we all know today. So I really wish all 3 of them, but my special wishes to Sai Kishore as well, and I hope he plays for the country soon. With regards to the India Sri Lanka series, I think Sri Lanka will get 1 game, but India will kind of win the series 2-1. Even though it's a second string side, I think India will win the series. And with regards to the T20s, I think India are a really, really strong side, but Sri Lanka also have the firepower. They've also had a Lanka Premier League and so on and so forth. So they will also be looking to come back strong on their home turf. So I think the ODIs and T20s will kind of be evenly matched, but I see India pipping the home guys 2-1 in both formats. Players to watch out for, in my opinion, I'm going to pick Varun Chakravarti, because this is going to be one of his first tastes of international cricket. If he continues the way he was bowling in the IPL, he's definitely going to have a phenomenal run as a player in international cricket, and I think they are looking for him in the longer run. Apart from that, I'm really looking forward to the opening batsmen. As I said, the competition for the slots between Prithvi Shaw, Devdutt Padikkal and Rituraj Gaikwad, one of them have a possibility of going to the T20 World Cup just in case one of them get injured. So there are so many openers on show. Prithvi Shaw's been batting beautifully. Devdutt Padikkal's got a lot of runs. Rituraj looks classy. So you can pick anybody. It's about the runs that they're going to get. So I'm looking forward to the competition between these guys. But overall, I think it's going to be a fantastic series.